Right, all three cameras are recording. And we've got all our mics. What we're going to have to do is 3, 2, 1, action.
Bosh. Hi guys, welcome to the Lousy Advice podcast. I'm Holly, I'm a part-time Zumbarer and Z-list influencer, and I've given advice, I've ignored advice, I've taken it to the high heavens even though it was useless advice. I've done a load of stuff with Lousy Advice, and I thought, well, why don't we just make a whole podcast on it? Now, you might notice there's someone else next to me, and that is my tiny... He's not looking as tiny weenie today because basically he gets quite self-conscious, so we're editing him bigger in this episode. This is my tiny little... You just gave me a fake laugh.
No.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I was just testing the audio.
I can't believe that you've never fake laughed to me before.
Hi, I'm Rory. I'm not tiny, but yeah, if you want to go along with it, I'm tiny little intern. I'm actually 6'2", and I'm also now officially dubbed the Kingtern.
Yeah, got you a bit.
How are you still calling me the intern? I've had an official promotion to Kingtern.
He's also my fiance, but I haven't got my ring on, so right now he's back down to boyfriends. I'm just...
Yeah, where's the ring on?
I don't know, I took it off and I'm quite enjoying it. I'm feeling a bit young, wild and free. So if there's anyone in Cornwall that wants it, now's the time to have a go. Basically, this week is going to be a bit of a different episode because we are away on holiday.
I think people watching might have noticed already.
They might have done. Yeah, if you're not watching and you're wondering what's going on, if this isn't quite as good as the other ones, just please go and watch one of the other ones because we're trying to record this ourselves. We've got an old vlogging camera that a very kind friend and influencer called Lucy Moon gave me that we're recording one thing on.
Wait, shall we shut the window? There's a lot of dogs barking outside.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to shut up, aren't they? Can't you go and shout and be like, hello, we've got a podcast to film. Can you STFU?
Okay, yeah, they've heard you.
Okay, we're back in. Yeah, we're recording on my phone, my one camera, and then a camera that I got from an influencer. Oh, are they about to record a video over there? Arriving vibes. Anyway, we're on holiday, so we're going to have a bonus holiday episode, and this is going to be a bit more of like just a chit-chat one. This is going to be a serious amount of casual chit-chat.
It's going to be a lot of casual chit-chat, and I'm not... I'd say I've probably enjoyed the previous episodes a bit more than this one. This one feels pretty awkward. Just trying to set the scene for people listening and watching. Yeah, me and Holly are sat on a sofa in the sort of lodge that Holly's booked for us for the week.
Yeah.
However, there's lots of people like arriving outside. So there's cars literally right outside these windows that we're facing because we've moved the sofa to face the windows. Apparently that's good for lighting, makes you look good. But we've also awkwardly just got lots of people looking in at us with 3 cameras pointing towards us, and we're sat on the sofa. It looks like something dodgy.
It does.
Like very dodgy is about to happen.
It looks like we're about to film
and we're
porno.
getting some really, oh no, and now some of the staff are coming. This is just horrible.
No, let's pretend that we're on the news. Like, it could be that we're reporting live from Cornwall.
There's so many cars arriving. Is it like check-in time?
I think it must be. What time is it?
Oh, it's Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I actually was also thinking there's all these cars arriving. I booked this, and normally like Rory will double check things that I've booked, but he hasn't double checked this. And in my head, I'm thinking, imagine if I've actually only booked this until today, and we're about to get booted out. You weren't even listening to me then. What's the point?
Sorry, I was just checking that my audio was working.
Anyway,
no, I was listening, and I wouldn't put that past Holly.
Yeah, I know.
Holly, yeah, when we went to a wedding a few years ago, the people whose wedding it was very clearly stated the dates to which you needed to fly there. Holly, I don't know why, but I let Holly book the flights. I think because it was her friend getting married, so I was like, look, this is on you, you sort it out. And this was a while ago. This is before I fully knew what exactly I was dealing with.
Yeah, you've only been with me 2 years.
So yeah, she books the flights, but books it for we fly out the day before we're meant to.
Yeah,
and this is when the only people there at this point is like really close family. Like not even friends, like not close friends, just really close family are there. So we awkwardly land and then share this minibus with her sisters to the hotel. And they're like, oh, right, why are you here? And we're just like, oh, we've accidentally booked it a day early. I think they actually thought we were just trying to get as much out of the wedding as possible.
We just had to lay low. Like we kind of see them all together at the pool. And I was like, do we wave? And then do they feel inclined to have to invite us to go and be with them? Or do we not wave? So we just had to hide awkward for that first day.
We had to,
that weird bar we had to hide in.
Yeah, we had to pay for another night at the hotel.
Yeah. It was an error, but nobody's perfect. That's what you need to remember sometimes. Like, I can't be gorgeous and keep on top of timings and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you've not managed to do either, so...
Also, if you're thinking that I'm not as gorgeous as normal when you're watching this, you'd be right. I have been in the absolute trenches.
No, I think you look amazing.
No, you don't think I look amazing. I've been in the trenches.
Well, no, I think
the last week.
No, usually you do your hair and makeup.
Yeah. What, you think I look better this way?
Well, yeah, I think you look beautiful any which way you arrive, but just for our viewers and listeners,
Yeah.
I'd like to clarify that usually you would put some makeup on and do your hair.
Why do you need to clarify that?
I just thought that just to let them know that today you haven't done that. I didn't want them to think that just because of our subpar camera setup you look different. It's not because of that. It's actually because you haven't put makeup on.
Oh, so you're letting them know.
But I didn't want them to think we were using some weird filter or something on the cameras when we're usually filming it.
So you're basically trying to say, Holly, actually,
it's that we do genuine. Well, you genuinely look different today.
Thank you, Rory. Rory, so what you've actually done is just clarified to everyone listening or watching. It's not that we use filters. It's just that Holly looks particularly bad today. She hasn't got makeup or hair done. No one thought that I was using filters.
Yeah.
Do I look that different?
I don't know, but like you're getting quite on top of like the Photoshop game these days, so maybe people think you've taken it one step too far. And
No, I just want to clarify. I'm actually avidly against any kind of editing or photoshopping of people's faces, bodies, whatever. I don't ever do that because basically I have got into photoshopping recently, as in like photoshopping myself into ridiculous situations and embellishing the truth because obviously I'm in my lying era. But I do want to clarify that I have not got into editing myself because now I think people are going to think because I've got into editing that they're like, oh, suddenly you're going to have double Ds. No, babe, I'm not into that kind of editing, I promise. Unless if you see me with double D, it's just mind your own business, all right?
Yeah, maybe.
Give me a chance.
One day, who knows?
Anyway, shall we get into it?
Get into what? Into some casual chit chat.
You're already in it, aren't we?
Yeah, let's do some more casual chit chat then.
Okay.
Holly, what casual chit chat would you like to discuss this week?
Do you know what, guys? Okay, I'm not going to give you any structure this week, but I'm going to give you some cold hard truths as to what I'm going through this week. So basically, and you're just having a shocker. I've had a really busy few weeks, and I know that doesn't sound believable because I'm an influencer, and you just think, how could you have possibly been busy?
Yeah, world's smallest violin.
Like, I completely get that, and I'm also like saying to myself, like, how has this happened? But it's happened. I took on too many things. I've got burnt out, and anyway, we go to visit Rory's family in Cornwall next week. We're going to stay in the caravan with his family. Anyway, I was like to Rory, we live like 5 hours from Cornwall. I was like, why don't we go and stay the week before in Cornwall? We can do loads of fun things, like loads of fun activities in Cornwall, get a load of content, like get ourselves set up, and then we'll go on the trip and like it won't be that stress of, oh my God, I've driven 5 hours now, I need to be sociable straight away. I was like, this is perfect. We can ease into Cornwall life.
Yeah. Nice. I said, yeah, why not? That sounds good, Holly. Let's do that.
Yeah. So anyway, I booked the accommodation, and I'm honestly, wouldn't you say normally I'm quite good at accommodation?
I think more often than not, we end up having to move room at least in the place we get to.
But that is a me problem, and that's because there's a weird sound.
But you've booked the place. Wherever you've booked, we've had to move room. I think every time.
Yeah, but that's because that's because there was that wedding that was happening in the like. What things have we had to move that's been my fault?
We've had to move every single time.
But why haven't? Like when?
When that wedding was on, we had to move.
Yeah, because every time we opened our front door, we were in the ceremony. Again, why was there a nightclub on a random Saturday in the Cotswolds?
No, that was in New York.
Oh my God, yeah. When that person was on the phone, I was like, this is so loud, can you turn it down? He was like, you've got a white noise machine. I was like, I don't care, you still need to turn it down. He was like, you do know that you're at like a party hotel. I was like, well, turn it down, babe. I don't care if I'm at a party hotel.
Yeah.
Anyway, basically, I booked this accommodation and it looked gorgeous. I was picturing we're going to be sitting in our lodge, which is nice, which you can see if you're a
It is well nice inside.
It's really nice inside. It's got good water pressure, which is important.
The water pressure is incredible. That is like
boring.
That is the one thing that I don't know if it's the one. I don't know what I was about to say there, but I love shower, like a real good shower. And one thing I've never done before, which Ed was saying he does, is when you go into view like a flat or something, to like move to rent or whatever, or if you buy in big time,
big time.
Make sure, because like imagine going to like moving into somewhere and the water pressure is awful, and every morning you've got this like trickle coming on your head. Like it'd be a bad start to the day.
Oh my God, it'd be so bad. I hope he's about to tell us more about this story.
The first bit of lousy advice I'd say, next time you're viewing somewhere and you're thinking about moving, turn that shower on, and if it's just a trickle, say, no, thank you. I'll be leaving. I'll be finding somewhere that's got some high pressure. Thanks.
Anyway, if it seems weird that I was just talking and then I've started talking again by saying anyway, it's because whatever Rory's just said's been clipped. It's so dull. I'm so pleased it's giving you that lousy advice.
Mean, what, cut out?
Yeah.
I don't think it will be. I think a lot of people will relate to that.
We've got an editor and he's called Chris. And I honestly think Rory started paying him because Rory's getting more and more airtime, even though his stories aren't getting any more interesting. And I can't work out why. We started saying to him, like, oh, do you mind keeping that in, please, Chris? I thought that was quite good, that bit I gave on the water pressure.
I think he just feels sorry for me.
Yeah,
and
probably.
I think the way I'm treated, and he sees how Holly treats me, is not very nice.
Yeah.
He sees it firsthand. You see little bits of it at home.
Yeah.
He sees firsthand how nasty she is to me.
So hard done by this Kingtern.
So little respect.
Yeah.
So Chris thinks, you know what? Just to brighten that guy's day, maybe I'll include a little bit of him talking on the pod. And it'll really brighten up his day. And what that'll also do is it'll brighten up our listeners' and viewers' days.
Why do you always talk like you're a robot when you're on this?
Because I like just to acknowledge and
here we go.
thank our listeners and viewers for tuning in. Thank you very much.
Rory every day this week has been up to me. I'm just getting so many comments. I'm just replying to so many comments.
There's a lot of
so many
comments
people are
coming through.
DMing me. He's
lot.
loving it. Like Rory is honestly like thinks he is the shit. He thinks he's the new Zac Efron. He's like, I'm getting so many comments. I got 60 comments in the last episode.
Zac Efron, maybe.
Yeah, with the blonde bit.
Do you think? Yeah, that'd be a good one actually. If people could get in the comments, because I have been wondering recently, do I look like Zac Efron? If people could get in the comments and say, yay or nay, Rory x Zac Efron. You know, you do those like weird face merge things.
Yeah.
Where you put
I
your
get that
face
quite a lot
houses.
with Margot Robbie.
No, you
as
don't.
Well, no, I do. Everyone is always saying to me like,
no, you got Bonnie Blue.
No, I didn't know. I think they got it confused. I think Bonnie Blue and Margot Robbie sounds quite similar. I either get Margot Robbie. Who else is it that I always get?
Well, like, okay, convenient that you now haven't given yourself some time to make something up.
I hope none of you are taking that seriously. I'm getting the fear that someone's going to be like, you're up your own arse, babe. I know that I like Dory from Finding Nemo and that's it. So whatever. Luckily, Dad doesn't listen to this podcast. He says it goes on for too long, so we can say anything we want about him and he doesn't know.
Yeah.
You're lazy, Nigel.
I hate
You're
you,
never
Nigel.
going to know.
I really don't like you.
He's also autistic like me, so he's definitely going to take that literally as well and be like, hi, Rory, just wondered why you hate me. Anyway, back to my story. I've booked this lovely weekend away. I've booked this Monday to Friday. No.
Monday to Saturday. If you booked it Monday to Friday, we're about to get kicked out.
No. Okay, I booked Monday to Saturday for us to stay in this lodge because I knew we'd be doing a bit of work still, but I thought it'd be really nice because our house at home is really dark and quite small. Unless when we put it on the market next year, you're going to buy it, then I promise you it's not dark or small. And it feels quite claustrophobic, but it won't be claustrophobic when you move in. And because of that, I wanted to stay somewhere that felt like it had like airy and some natural light and stuff. So that's why I booked this, because the accommodation on the website showed that we'd be overlooking a lovely pond. And I was like, well, like a lake. And I was like, that's going to be so nice. Like, again, we live in a terrace house. So like a lot of the time, our neighbour's son is like the sweetest boy ever, but he has taken up DJing.
Wait, why is that so funny?
I don't want them to watch this and think I'm a hater, but my God, stop DJing.
What's wrong with DJing? He's got a passion. He probably says to you, stop making videos. Stop making these annoying videos every day. Well, I can hear you bleating on. But
I bleat on for 30 seconds. He is playing the same beat and getting it wrong about 7 times. Like, if you're going to do it, just do it once and then just stop. Like, every evening, all evening, it's just this thud. And like, you're so sweet, but my God, stop DJing, please.
Okay, so Holly's first bit of lousy advice. So my first bit was about water pressure. Holly's first bit is, if you've got dreams and you've got passions, don't follow them.
100%.
Because they're going to annoy Holly.
Yeah, like if your dream or passion is going to piss me off, sack it off. You had to stop picking your nose. Actually, that's recently.
It's not a dream
Rory
or a
is
passion
making
of mine.
such a picking nose comeback at the minute. Oh my God, this trip.
I'm not picking
what is
my
it
nose.
about? Is it because you feel like we've broken a new thing of like, because we're going to be together 5 years, you're like, okay, now I can definitely literally pick and eat in front of Holly with no consequences?
No, it's actually because you've made me very self-conscious, because we filmed that Knicker twister thing recently that we put on socials. If you saw it, hope you enjoyed it. And Holly focused on me having nose hair and bogies that she says she finds embarrassing. So I thought, okay, well, I'm now pretty self-conscious about my nose and what's inside it. So yeah, apologies that I'm now looking after
That
it.
isn't true though, because you're not going. The ones that I've made you self-conscious of, and rightly so, is because with age, you've got more hair coming up, but that means you're getting more flaky ones around the edge. At the minute when I'm catching, I wish, if you're listening, I wish you could see this. I'm going to describe it well. I'm not catching Rory like this, which is like just picking a little one out of the orifice that a bogey would enter or depart. I'm coming into the room. He's up here. He's nearly at his brain. And then he turns around and he's like, oh, and he tries to do a little itch to make out that's all it is. And I'm like, it's not. You're digging for gold, babe.
Look.
I'd love to know where this look's going.
She's made me self-conscious and I feel quite upset about that. And now I'm trying to rectify my nose situation. She's now doubling down on it, making me feel even worse. Do I want to stay in this job? Do I even, like, is being the Kingtern worth it? I don't know. People let me know. Should I stay? Should I go? What should I do?
Honestly, why do you still talk Rory? This is the problem with Rory, right? He thinks too much before he speaks, whereas I just say things. Like, Rory is so calculated.
Problem with me.
Rory's like a prime minister. He's so calculated.
Okay, I'm like the prime minister. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it, if I was a prime minister?
No, absolutely would not. There'd be no fun at all for anybody. There'd just be nose picking. Am I ever going to get to the end of this story?
Okay,
sorry.
Go on, get back.
So I've booked this place because I'm hoping we're going to have this really peaceful place that's overlooking a lake. We're going to be doing a bit of work. It'll be a bit like that scene in what's it called? What's the one when he like goes
Shallow
abroad?
Hal?
What do you mean, Shallow Hal?
I don't know. They go to a lake on that.
No, it's not Shallow Hal. So my nose is running because I just did a mega pick like you did. Pretty sure it's Colin Firth, and he moves away and he becomes. And he's a writer, and he's writing something, and then the wind blows, and all the papers go into this lake.
Round the World in 80 Days?
No, and he goes...
Pride and Prejudice?
No, and he jumps in
Lord
to pick
of the
them up.
Rings?
Rory, listen to me. Oh my God, this is really going to bother me. What is the film? It's like a really obvious classic. No, I think it's Love Actually. I don't even know why I'm saying this story. Oh, you're just getting on my wick now. Anyway... I thought this would be a really relaxing break and we're going to be overlooking this lake and it's going to be really peaceful. We arrive at the location of where we're staying for the week. We get here and I'm like, oh, and if you could see out of our front window is just other people's buildings with their windows facing directly back at us.
And they're all currently watching us doing the podcast.
Yeah. And then in the back, on our bedroom, that also is directly looking out into other people's balconies. So there is not a single bit of this accommodation where someone isn't looking in on you. And the other morning, which makes this worse, is there's also side windows. And our side window that's over the sink is directly looking at the doors into the people's next to us accommodation as well. Do you want to tell this story actually? Because it happened to you, it didn't happen to me.
Well, yeah, I was just swanning around in my quite loose, saggy boxers that have been mentioned in previous episodes.
Yeah.
You know, I was just enjoying my morning, slow morning, getting ready.
Balls swinging.
As usual, making not just mine, but Holly's breakfast.
As you should.
And I was stood by the sink, getting the smoothie together. And then the guy comes out of his lodge, and I'm like, realised I'm just stood there in my boxers. I completely forgot that. So I was like, oh God. So then I like throw my, what's it called?
Balls?
My midriff into the
he thrusts
side.
His crotch
I thrust
into the sink.
Into the sink, so that but then he just like, he's looking in, he starts waving at me. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm this weird, awkward wave back at him. As I'm like
balls against the sink,
really bending over the sink, and he's just like, "What on earth is he doing?" Or he must also be like known exactly what he's doing, because he could see.
What's happened to him?
Yeah, because he was also higher up than me, so he was like looking down onto the situation. So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But anyway, I called up immediately. I was like, "Hello, this isn't what it." I was being a bit of a Karen, admittedly, and I don't really do it that much. But I'm trying.
Holly does this every time. As I said, we lose
room
every time.
This. I do this all the time because I just think when you've paid a lot of money to go somewhere,
all right, big time.
No, not paid a lot of money, but like any money is a lot of money to go somewhere. So yeah, I got on the blower and I said, "Hi, babe." Like, what? The website said that we'd be overlooking this lake. And she was like, well, we haven't got any others free, so that's just
I think Holly made the mistake of just literally looking at one photo on a website, saw it had a lake, and thought, oh, right, yeah, ours is magically going to be by a lake. Out of the 100 different lodges here, yeah, ours will be the one on the lake.
No.
Oh, we've got here, oh, wait.
Every
99% of them aren't on the lake.
Every image. And
also,
also,
I've had a lot of T's and C's. This is why I think before I do and I speak, because it pays dividends.
But we don't do anything.
Holly doesn't think before she does or speaks. She doesn't think full stop. And that's why we've ended up here.
Yeah. So basically, someone said it. Like I put a video on Instagram of where we are. Someone said it's like we're on an army barracks.
It's a bit like that.
Yeah. So we've paid for the pleasure.
Very fancy army barracks.
Yeah, to be on a fancy army barracks. So I'm so pleased with myself for that. So yeah. That wasn't good. Anyway, also before this trip, I know I didn't think of this, I always get a cold or the flu before going somewhere. No, sorry, if I've had a stressful time.
You're really selling yourself to people here.
Sorry, I'm actually whining, but I promise I'm going to get over this whining in a minute. But you're the only people that I feel like I can share this with and you'd understand it, but like no one else will. No one else gets me.
Our depleting podcast audience.
I know, I'm sorry.
We were doing well, like we were getting more and more listeners. Now people just give it apps.
They're actually
don't
such
really
a whiny
want to listen
bitch.
to this whine-a-thon.
Sorry, I don't whine all the time, but when I am ready to whine, I am ready to whine. I also arrived here. Obviously, we're here to have this fun week. As soon as we got here, I had the cold. I had a flu. So that was really good as well. So I've spent the last 5 days literally in this room that you see us in now. I've been on one walk and I've been on the flow rider, which I'll explain in a bit. I have not been seen or done anything. I've had one walk, I've had one glass of wine and 1.5 beers, and that's it. I sat in here in the army barracks all day 2 days ago, and like people were walking past thinking like, what? I look like an ill little hamster in their cage.
She's like, yeah, proper hermit. She's like wrapped in this duvet on the sofa. The duvet hasn't even got a sheet on it. It's just like, it doesn't look great. Yeah,
and I was just smelling. You know when someone's ill and they just smell a little bit? I was just like that.
Yeah, a bit. Absolutely stunk. When I came back, I was out for about 6 hours. Or 4 hours.
Yeah, he left me for dead.
Come home, expecting Holly might have like moved. Same spot, same stink.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, even worse stink, and just hadn't moved. So I was like, maybe we could get you out the house. Maybe, we could. I eventually coaxed her out by saying we'll drive to the shop. So all she did was walk 5 steps to the car, got in the car. Then we drove to the shop and she bought like God knows how much chocolate and cookies.
Yeah. Well, what do you want me to do? I was literally on death's door. So anyway, I've spent a week.
Cold.
I haven't.
The occasional sniffle.
That is so not true. So basically, for
I've
the
had the
last
same
week,
thing, and I've just got on with it.
You've not. Oh,
I've had exactly the
Rory,
same thing as her, and
you are joking. You've not had a chesty cough once.
Yeah, I've not been putting these coughs on. So easy to pretend to have a cough. I've had exactly the same thing. And I've just grin and bared it and got on with it. You've just been like, meh, meh,
you don't actually think that.
What?
I'm ready to fight you right now.
There we go, riling her up on the pod.
Yeah. So basically, I've spent the week on this nice retreat. So basically, I pictured this week.
Basically, do you want to say one more? I think you only said it 5, so I'm to say basically.
Look, my brain isn't quite going because obviously I'm still quite ill.
Yeah, same.
In short, if I'm not being very interesting to get today, I'm sorry, but I've spent the last 5 days on what I thought was a holiday in an army barracks being ill, sat on the sofa. So I haven't got much to give. In the words of Ian Beale, I've got nothing left. So I'm sorry. But yeah, should we get into the podcast?
Yes, let's do it. I think that we just had a lot of casual chit chat.
Yeah, I know.
What should we do? So should we go on to Knicker Twisted?
Yep.
I got this feeling inside my toes. It feels electric, baby, when you toe me O's. Yeah. Welcome, viewers, to this week's Don't Get Your Knickers in a Twist.
We've got no chemistry.
Right. So this week it's going to be a little different.
Are we going to twist it?
Yeah. As mentioned, we're I was going to say we're abroad. We're not abroad. We're just away
in the
from
army
the usual.
barracks.
Yeah. So what we have done
we're in
is,
the barracks.
For listeners, we have brought a pair of knickers with us. So we've got the leopard print satins, size, I don't know, quad XL maybe. And what we're going to do is we're going to have to do some manual cranking here because I haven't been able to bring my contraption with me. And as you know, it's very high tech. And it would take years to rebuild. So,
you're so right.
We've just had to...
We've got manual pants cranking today.
Please bear with me. As I mentioned, we put a clip on the socials recently where it's just focused on knicker twisting. So if you're craving some knicker twisting, get yourself on the socials and watch that.
Yeah.
However, let's start with... Who should we start with?
You.
Okay, me.
You got one.
Yeah, so we're both holding the knickers up. Yeah. So what's...
Anyone looking in right now, what on earth's going on?
Like, so in previous episodes, I've really struggled. For some reason, my brain can't go back to remembering what gets my knickers in a twist. However, when we were in the car the other day, I remember there's actually something that gets my knickers in a twist multiple times a week. For some reason, I couldn't remember it in previous episodes.
That man nearly fought in the car park yesterday.
Pardon?
Is it the man you nearly fought with at the car park?
Which
yesterday?
man? No.
You
no.
were.
I wasn't
You're
fighting.
like stupid twat.
I didn't say that at all. He was just getting in my way. Anyway, what's been annoying me, so it was in the car, and I said to Holly, remind me, because this is actually what does really annoy me.
Are you ever going to get
people
to the point?
that don't indicate on a roundabout?
Oh my God, why am I be so boring?
How can you be so lazy? Like, I can't even explain how lazy this is. Like, I don't know how these people were brought up, but it can't have been well. Because what they can't be able to do is flick their little finger, just tiny finger flick, either down or up, to say, oh, you know, what annoys me most is when someone's going left and they don't indicate. That is the main bugbear. So I'm here.
Why is left getting you so more riled up than right?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to explain. So I'm about to come onto the roundabout. Someone is coming in from I don't know. Say I'm 6 o'clock on the roundabout. They're 3 o'clock. They've got right of way. I'm like, okay, well they're not indicating, so they must be going straight on. So I need to let them go. Oh wait, no, they've just turned off left and they didn't indicate. I've just sat here for no reason whatsoever. And
that's awful, Rory. I'm just bringing a tear to my eye.
Really annoys me.
I know.
I'd like to know if it annoys other people. Please let me know. Get in the comments. If you're one of these people who doesn't indicate, also let me know, and I'll put you on a driving education class. I think there should be points put on licenses for when people don't indicate on the roundabout. But
you're such a bad driver.
I'm not a bad driver at all.
You are, because you drive like Uber drivers that really stop and start. Like, we could be in our car that isn't an electric car, Rory will still make you feel like you're in an electric Toyota Prius feeling horrible.
What?
Yeah.
This is not true. Also, Toyota Prius is a hybrid. Anyway.
Yeah, well, whatever.
So I don't know how I'm going to crank this.
Also, Rory says as well that he thinks there's a bit of an epidemic of these drivers in Surrey in particular.
Yeah, I didn't know whether to say that because I wasn't sure how the audience would take it, but I've noticed it a lot more since I moved down south. At home, people a bit back up north are polite enough to remember to indicate. It seems like down south people have lost all manners.
It's so funny because Rory obviously lives in Surrey and will do for the rest of his life, because that's where I'm going to be.
I'm just going to hate every second of it.
I just think it's so funny that you have so many things that you hate about people from Surrey, or the stereotype of Surrey, or being in Surrey. Like, everything about Surrey
goes against everything I believe in.
Yeah, it does. Rory hates Surrey, and it's just so funny that you're going to live there.
It's just incredibly expensive for no reason, and no one's very nice.
Like, maybe I won't go out with someone from Surrey, seeing as I hate it.
I thought
it's the fact that you've just given into it as well. You're like, this is just me now.
I assumed
miserable.
The girl from Surrey that I met might have it within her to move more than 10 minutes away from her parents.
But you knew me. Like, when was that ever going to happen?
No, that was the case. I thought, okay, right, maybe she just wants to, she wants to see her parents occasionally. Fine. I don't know, she wanted to live with them for the rest of her life.
Oh my God, that would be the dream. My actual dream is to make enough money that I can buy a plot of land and build my house, my parents' house, get my brother back from Oz, him living there, our friend Ed, him living there as well, like the whole squad. Oh my God, sorry, these people have just pulled up and I'm scared they actually are checking into where we are. Oh no, they're driving off. Okay, that's good.
Right, let me twist them.
Yeah.
It's obviously a 10. This actually really annoys me.
Okay.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh,
that is seriously twisted.
Yeah.
Someone, if you know how to not get annoyed by this, let me know, because it's really rising my blood pressure and it can't be good for my heart.
Okay.
Thank you. Right, Holly. Do you want to tell us what's been getting...
Do you want to check that camera's still
Holly's
recording?
just done a fake cough just to pretend that let people know she might be ill. Come on then, Holly. So, what's been getting your knickers in a twist?
Oh, I've got one. Okay. Right, something that's getting my knickers...
Sorry. I just would like our viewers and listeners to be aware that I've just had to sit here for 20 minutes while Holly thinks of something. So
sorry, my brain
you've been
isn't
spared,
going.
hopefully. I'm hoping that Chris has kindly cut that bit out.
My brain isn't
back,
functioning at 4%. Something that's getting my knickers in the twist, but has done for quite a long time, is the fact that I don't know my right and left. Like, that really gets me. And what gets me more is, I think people think I'm saying it to be quirky.
Yeah, because you are.
No, because I'm actually not. Like, if someone says, oh, is it right or left? I would do that thing with your hand and see the L and I'd be like, okay, that's left. left or it's right. Or sometimes if someone says, do I go right or left? I just say the one that feels to me more like it would be that way. Like I don't actually know, but I normally just go with left.
I don't understand that. Can you explain? Because I imagine a lot of people really like
I think
can't
it's
relate.
pick me. I think there's so many things that to me that I do that are neurodiverse, but just seem like I'm being a pick me. Like I'm so sure that people like think you're saying you don't know your right and left to be quirky, but I swear this is true. I learnt my right and left when I was in Centre Parks doing this clown course when I was about 7. I remember it so clearly. Someone saying, just like you had these sticks and this like plastic thing in the middle that would like do things.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and I remember learning what was right and what was left, and being in Centre Parks and being like, I know in Centre Parks right now, facing this way, this is right and this is left. And then I remember forgetting it and it never coming back. Like that's what I think is so odd about this situation. And I know that people just think it's annoying.
Just decide to learn it. It'll take you 2 seconds.
I've tried. I've watched YouTube videos to try and learn it. It doesn't work. I can't learn it. Like, even people say, well, quickly, like, what hand do you write with? And I'm literally, if I haven't got a pen and paper and a dissertation to write, I don't know. And
yeah, the dissertation went well as well, didn't it?
Which one? I actually got first in my second dissertation.
Yeah, but you were doing some poxy subject that didn't really count.
No, I wasn't. You doing economics in the age of a calculator. Like, shut up. Anyway, that's getting my knickers. It doesn't get my knickers into twist that much, but it's just that I sometimes think people think I'm being a pick-me. And like, in most cases, I am being a pick-me, but I'm not with the right or left.
So the thing that gets your knickers in a twist is that you think people think you're attention seeking.
No, what gets my knickers in a twist is not knowing my right or left, and that people not believing that could be true.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. If anyone believes it, get in the comments. Oh wait, no one's in the comments.
You don't know that, so you've not released it yet. Right, okay, that's get my knickers in a twist 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so my pants are still kind of fine. It's just a slight wedge. It's stuck on my thumb.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't know why you're complaining about it.
I don't mind that.
It's definitely worth the wait.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you for coming to this week's Don't Get Your Knickers in a
Twist.
Stop trying to steal my
I know,
intros.
sorry. I just really want all the attention to stay on me. What is getting my knickers in a twist?
Maybe you just finally chilled out.
No, I haven't. I definitely haven't chilled out.
She definitely hasn't chilled out.
So because we're away, we don't have a proper structure to this episode, as you can tell by now, but we just asked you guys to ask us some questions and we're going to answer them. So hopefully it's enjoyable. If you like this kind of format that is more casual, let us know and we can make the other episodes more like this. Or if you don't like these kind of episodes, we won't do them ever again and we won't be offended. So, well, what actually happens is I do take things quite personally, but if someone comments some constructive criticism, Rory will just read it and I won't. So it's absolutely fine. But yeah, we want to make this as good as possible.
Any criticism, just like put it in the DMs. We don't want the world to
that's true.
Also recognise what's not going well.
Yeah.
Because then other people are like, oh yeah, that actually is no good.
Yeah, that podcast actually
is
shit.
Quiet, tell us like behind the scenes and then we can try and fix it.
Yeah, you might want to hold the mic close to your mouth.
All right, Mrs. Criticism.
No, I'm not. I'm just helping you out, babe.
Immediately giving me some feedback.
God, he's so touchy, isn't he?
God.
What a little twat. Sorry, that's throwing me off calling you a little twat.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice.
How are we getting on in the road to breaking even?
Okay,
For anyone that's new, basically this podcast costs us loads of money to make and we haven't yet. We're just at an absolute mega loss at the minute, but we're hoping that we'll be able to keep this going and that we will eventually get someone to sponsor it.
It's looking pretty likely that we won't be able to keep it going unless we get some. Yeah, okay. So
that's sad.
I was just saying
true.
that for dramatic effect.
No, but it is true.
Yeah, well, I mean, we definitely can't keep it going if we don't get a sponsor soon because we're just losing money every time.
We're hemorrhaging money. I can't explain how expensive this is to do. Like, and I know you must think, why? Like, what are you two doing? But it is.
This one's, yeah. But I think what we need to do is someone, please. Like, it doesn't even need to be a brand.
No.
You can just be a person with money. Say your name's Claire Blogs. What you can do is you can pay. What we might do like an auction or something. You just say to us, look, I'll give you 100 quid. I know it's a lot of money, but we need a lot of money. Say, I'll give you 100 quid, and what we can do is you'll put your name on the Knickers for a week or something like that.
Yeah, you're so right.
So you don't even need to be a brand. If you just want to support the pod, please.
Everyone had a really rich, well, not everyone, but I suppose I went to uni, which I didn't realise that everyone was really posh. There would be people at uni that were just really well off. Did you have this? Everyone did at their uni. There was someone that had a credit card. that was like their parents' credit card, and like it would get to some point in the night and they'd be like, shots for everyone. You'd be like, woo! Like, surely everyone's got one of those people still in their friendship group that they can just whack this on the credit card.
Yeah, that could work.
I know.
Because I love making this, and it's so nice to see that people do like us making it.
Yeah.
There is a slight issue that we might have to stop because it's costing a lot.
We can't pay the
and
Kingtern.
We've got no one that wants to give any sort of money, which is understandable because why would you? Sorry, no, sponsor, ignore that. If you're a sponsor, I was joking when I said that.
Come on, just sponsor us, all right? Just give us a chance.
Just a big sponsor.
We just want to break even. We're not even asking to make money.
Yeah, we're just so we can keep this going because we like doing this.
Yeah. Anyway, we like to, just for our own egos. Right. Okay. Let's get into the questions.
Okay, so let's go on to what's it called? Don't
take our word for it.
Don't take my advice. It's called.
Oh yeah.
Let's go on to don't take my advice. We haven't got the wheel this week. So we're just going to have to us two answer them.
Fuck.
Right, maybe I'll go on the phone. For those listening, I've just picked up the Lips phone to read out some of the questions we've got.
Get Lips in.
Hello, Lousy Advice. So someone's... Okay, what I'll do is I'll relay the question. I live with my boyfriend. I have done for 3 years. Sorry, bear with. This is quite a long one, but it is quite an interesting question.
Why don't you read it out then?
Yeah. So I live with my boyfriend. I have done for 3 years. The day we first got our keys, his mum very kindly said she'd go and get some copies cut. I now realise what a mistake that was. She got 4 cut. One for her mum, the boyfriend's grandma, her boyfriend, and one for us. She has now, for the last 3 years, helped herself into our house when I'm at work. My boyfriend thinks she's helping, so won't listen to me when I say we need her key back. None of my family have a key. She rearranges my freezer, washes only my partner's clothes, and one time texts me about how messy our room was. She comes at least once a week when I'm at work and never tells me to tell she's going. What's your opinion on this and how do I stop it? Okay, what I'll do is I'll put the phone down just while we're discussing it. I'll get back to you.
Oh my God, that is my actual idea of hell.
Surely that's not real.
No, do you know what? Boy moms are actually a different breed.
Right, what are you saying?
I'm saying that is like, you hear so many horror stories. Like, I do think a lot of mums seem to like fancy their son and like can't let go of them and are just obsessed with them.
Personal experience with me?
No, it's obviously not. No. Luckily, your mum is very nice and chilled.
Okay.
I have so many friends that have told stories about their boyfriends or partners' mums being absolutely obsessed with their sons and feeling as if, I think some boy mums feel like a girlfriend is like their arch nemesis. Sorry, why is she only doing his washing?
That is mental.
That's actually sick.
Why is she rearranging the freezer? Maybe she's seen my video
that
about...
would be fine.
Oh, sorry, not my video. Your video about how I cut open the fruit bags.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe she's sorting you out.
I thought, yeah, I'd want to do that.
I actually don't know. Do you know what? That would just make me see red. I actually don't know what the solution is. I would get the keys changed, I think. What would you do if your mum did that?
If mine did that to her, obviously I'd tell her not to do that. And she's not particularly like clean or tidy herself. I can't imagine her.
Very nice.
She's not like, she's not like one of those people that's mega obsessed with staying clean and tidy. So I can't imagine her breaking into our house to clean and tidy our house. She might try and do something helpful, but I can't imagine that would be her first port of call.
Do you know what though? If it was my mum that was breaking in and she was doing my washing and organising the freezer and tidying my room, I'd be like, yeah, fair.
So you can see. So from the boyfriend's perspective, you think if you were the boyfriend in this situation, you're like, yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, can you just do Rory's washing as well?
But you just think, but if you were in the girlfriend's shoes in this, you wouldn't like it.
This is like everything. If I was getting all the benefits, yeah, fine, get over here, babe. But if I wasn't, I'd be like, see you later. If my mum had, oh my God, if my mum could move in, I'd just love it.
Thanks so much for this question in because it is a ridiculous one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
And so what they actually want our advice on, what's our opinion? I think we both think it's pretty weird.
Yeah. What's our advice?
How to stop it? I think you're just going to have to pretend you've got burgled and get your locks changed and then not let her get a new key.
Or just leave really off-putting things around the house, maybe just scare her a little bit.
What, like a poo in the fridge?
Yeah, yes. That wasn't where I was going to go. Oh. Yes, if you left a poo in the freezer, she's not going to rearrange it. Or what I would do is like make sure that you're washing. Like if you're kind of thinking if she's already going to do your boyfriend's washing, she might as well do yours. Like just stuff your thongs in his shirt pockets and stuff and get your stuff done too. I think you've got to play the.
How
don't
is
hate
she
the player,
only doing
hate the
his
game.
washing though? Is she going through there? I assume they've got a joint washing basket. She's then going into that,
plucking the Primark thongs out and being like, I'm
I'm
not
not
doing that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Or I would say to her, he's been wearing those.
I'm surprised your usual solution in this would be to dump the boyfriend. I'm surprised you haven't come out of
that. Yeah, obviously. So I forgot that. It's because I'm ill. I'm forgetting that. Obviously, get rid of the boyfriend. That is always the answer.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the mum's quite organised. Maybe go out with her instead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Upgrade.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Nice. Are we done with that one?
Yeah.
Good luck, I think, is our advice there.
Yeah. I still can't get over the fact that you said, by the way, guys, I don't want you to think that we're using filters on our podcast because I look like poo right now.
Sorry, I'm on the phone.
I'm on the phone.
Someone's ringing.
Yeah. Hello.
So next one, they've said, babe, I'm 27 and not been travelling. I have a super comfortable job that I love, but I don't want to miss out on life. Should I quit and go do things like travel and then move to Cornwall?
No. I think travelling's really overrated. Like, I just need to say this. And I know this is an unpopular opinion, but you could not get me in a hostel in Bali. Like, another thing I get a lot of DMs about is like going to a retreat in Bali with a load of other women and being empowered. I can think of anything worse than sharing a room with someone that I don't know, being in Bali and finding myself and being that far away from home. Like, I love being at home. We left for this trip, we've gone to Cornwall. We live in Surrey. It's 4 hours away. I was sad leaving my house. I don't even really like my house, and I was sad leaving it. I think traveling. I think for some people, are like, you know, if you've not traveled, you've only read page 1 of the book of life. I've done loads of other things. I've played Sims. I'm on the Flow Rider. I've got 3 Blue Peter badges. I don't want to go and backpack. Yeah, sorry.
I'll agree with Holly that Holly doesn't want to go travelling. That's about as far as I'll agree with her. I would love to go travelling again. Loved it.
You'd love to go now?
Yeah.
But you'd stay in a hostel now?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Maybe not.
Yeah, exactly. You definitely wouldn't.
But no, at 27,
He's been sorry.
This person's 27 and they've said they've not been travelling. If I was at 27 and I hadn't done it, then I probably would.
Really?
At 27 I had done it, so whatever.
All right, show off.
Yeah, I know.
It's only because your mum paid for your flight.
Pay for anything. Worked in a warehouse, actually, to save up, for those wondering.
Oh, God, he's so hard done by, isn't he? Yeah, I actually...
So my advice is do it. Let's just give some concise advice. Okay. My advice is go. Your advice is stay.
My advice, sack it off. Couldn't think of anything worse. Just go on a few holidays and leave it at that. You do not need to be doing that. But I also just want to add that I am obviously a special case in this scenario that I really don't like traveling. Like, I worked for this brand for a bit. I did their social media management. They were like an exclusive yacht in the Maldives that was a spa, and they also did
like
scuba
dream
diving.
holiday for most people.
They were like, do you want to come for free on this yacht in the Maldives and get some content as the social media manager? And I said no. No, thank you. No way. I do not like boats.
Yeah, it's because you're scared of being seasick, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to be seasick. What if I want to get off the boat? I can't say to everyone I need to get
when
off.
you got asked to do that, I was like, please, I would love to do that.
No. So we've been offered like a trip, loads of cruises. Absolutely not. I will never go on a cruise. I've been offered like backpacking around Thailand and Bali, and I know that it's so wasted on me, but I've realised in later life there is no point just doing things because it would sound cool to do them. And all these things, as much as they sound so cool to have been to Bali and Thailand, I would hate it. I would much rather be sat in my bed playing Sims any day, going to Zumba, going to my local leisure centre, going for my local walk that I do every day, having my same smoothie that I have for every breakfast.
Painting yourself in a good light this episode. I think from start to finish, you've done an amazing job. I'm sure everyone really likes you. I don't mind it. I'm just letting you go because all it means is people are going to start preferring the Kingtern over the CEO.
No, because
the Kingtern's going to become CEO. CEO is going to become the tiny turn.
No.
And I'm the boss. You're the worker.
No, because you know what? I wish I was someone that loved this stuff. Like, I wish the thought of traveling like really excited me. But it just doesn't. Like, and that's fine. And that's probably saved me like $7,000 in not going. So Suits me. Who's got all the Sims expansion packs? None of you guys. I have, because I saved the money for it. So get a load of that.
Sad little life.
I am sad. That's fine. But I'm happy sometimes.
I'm not sure about that. Right. Do you want another question?
Yeah.
Shall I go back on the phone?
Yeah, get them on the blower.
Okay, right. Hello, Lousy Advice helpline. How do you kindly tell people to piss off? / how do you tell men you work with they only have that opinion because you're a woman? Okay. All right, thanks. We'll get back to you in a minute. If you just hold there, I'll just play some nice little hold music for you. Thank you so much.
I think we should get back into barking at men. I think that is a good solution. If someone's pissing you off and they're getting in your grill and they're pissing you off, well, I feel like maybe it must have been a thing, because I think it's a good idea, and I'm like, I must have heard it from somewhere. I think you should just bark at them.
Pardon me, I just did a burp.
Bark or burp at them.
I think my body was trying to bark, but it burped. Bark. Can you give me an example? Not an example. Show me an example of how you do it. Yeah.
So I think I've been in many a meeting with a man in like loads of my old jobs where they would just like talk over you or think that you don't know what you're saying. I've had that with men and women, actually. It's not always been men. Like, I've had loads of situations where people underestimate me and stuff like that. And I wish sometimes I'd stopped trying to explain myself to people that are never going to get it. And I'd just gone right up to them and be like, ruff! Because I think of, oh my God, no, I know exactly where I got this.
Why I know where it was. You barked.
I know. No, I haven't done that. I'm saying I wish I had.
Intern is here to fact check again.
I'm not saying I have done that. I wish I had.
Okay.
I actually remember my friend Liv, we were on her Hinge a couple of years ago, and she was getting some boy sending her some really snotty messages, or they were like trying to sext her and she wasn't interested. So they'd be like, send a voice note, send a voice note. So what we would do is just bark at them, and it was just absolutely brilliant fun. So I think that's maybe where I've got the inspo
So
from.
that's what this person needs to do.
Yeah, bark
at them. They just bark back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't advise to stop barking.
But no one cares what you said because you're a man.
Yeah, but they'll probably get you want to get this person fired.
How can you can't get fired for barking?
You probably would.
There's nothing in a contract that says about barking. I bet that.
I'm sure there will be soon after everyone hears this podcast.
Yeah, but you've got about 6 months, so you can still bark freely.
What, and then barking's going to be off the menu?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We'll just change the noise. I actually think the one thing you've got to do is really be sure of yourself and know your worth, and know, like, in all these situations, when I look back in the past when people have like not believed in me or they've told me I was wrong or whatever, the times that I've stuck up for myself have felt really scary and odd. So I'm like, oh, but what if I'm not 100% right? But actually, they've worked out. Like, I'm actually just reading a book. I was reading it in the bath earlier, and it said that a lot of leaders have got loads of confidence, but no like humility. And actually, a lot of people with humility have got a bit of imposter syndrome because they're a bit like, oh, I don't 100% know if I'm right and stuff. But the people that make the best leaders are not the ones with the confidence. They're the ones that have got the humility and the slight imposter syndrome, because those people know there is room for them to maybe be wrong, and they've got room for them to change their perception on things. And I think that's really crucial to be a good leader. Whereas a lot of other people are very, a lot of people in leadership positions are very almost like cult-like, and are like, this is how we do it and this is what's right, because they're too scared to be wrong. Whereas I think other people are willing, that have that slight imposter syndrome, or like you're willing to have other people change your mind about something. And I think that's really crucial. And I think you've got to realize sometimes, and they did loads of studies on it. I'll put in the show notes the book, because it was really interesting. But basically it said that in the end, like the people that were the other side, that have got that humility, they're the ones that actually end up at the top of being able to make real change for people. It's not the other ones that are just like shouting out with confidence. And also the people that speak most confidently on things are actually empirically within these studies have shown to know the least about the topics. So I would just have that in your head being like, you're shouting me down, and that shows straight away the fact that you do not know what you're talking about. So there we go.
Very interesting from the CEO. Thank you very much for those wise words.
I love psychology. I think it's because I'm autistic, so I've never known how to actually properly fit in. So like I just study people, but I don't actually do anything with it because I still cry if someone shouts at me. But at least I've got the knowledge, you know?
Oh, sorry, I will put you on hold for that. I'm just for those listening, I'm just going back onto the phone to the person that asked that last question. So apologies if we put you on hold. Holly was bleating on about some book or something, so maybe just look in the show notes next week. That'll get your answer. Thank
I
you.
was saying something very interesting there.
I know. I was just playing to the camera. Right.
Showing off.
Next question.
Classic Kingtern.
From one of our listeners or watchers, I'm not sure, is they put, "Hi, my question is, what item of food would you describe the other person as? Thank you. Love the podcast." Oh, that's good. They love the podcast.
That is sweet. Okay, what would you describe me as?
The avocado.
Right. Nice. Why?
I think Holly's an avocado because what I find with avocados is you never know what you're going to get. Like some of them are rock hard.
Yeah.
And some of them are really soft and mushy.
Yeah.
And you have to give them a little poke to find out.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, but I'm not a dodgy poke. Just a little like. What I mean by a poke.
A poke.
No. In this analogy, the poke is me coming, trying to work out, asking you how do you feel, because Holly on not a given day, I don't know, a given hour might be quite hard and grumpy, and maybe not wanting to chat. So I'll give her a poke, find that okay, right, she's in the hard and grumpy mode. She's an unripe avocado at the moment, or sometimes she might be. I'll give her a poke and my finger goes right through. And it's actually that she's overripe. She's really mushy and very emotional and a big cry, real cry-a-thon.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I might touch and she'd be just perfect and she'll be a nice, ripe avocado.
How often is that?
Let's just leave the viewers to come up with their own answer to that.
Okay, nice.
And listeners.
And also, not everyone likes avocados, but normally once someone gets a taste for it, they love it.
Yeah, okay, well, okay. So you agree
Can I
with
say
the
that about
avocado
myself?
analogy? Yeah, if you want to.
I've just picked myself up again. I don't know, honestly, I think this cold is going to my head. It's because I look like Margot Robbie today. I just can't believe it. What would I say you're like? I'd say you're a bit like a Mars bar.
Mars bar?
Because they're a bit phlegmy and not everyone's... and like, you'd have one if you were desperate, but if not, you probably would.
Wait, sorry, I'm phlegmy? What do you mean? I'm not at all phlegmy. You're the one that's got a cold. This Mars bar makes no sense.
No, okay, you're a bit like a carrot,
Carrot?
Right, so with a carrot...
So I can see in the dark.
No, you're a bit like a carrot.
Tall.
Can you listen? You're kind of bog standard, like finance bro, but like he's exactly what you thought you were going to get on Hinge. Like, I don't know if any of you listen to this but don't watch, but go and try and find Rory on some social media. And he's like exactly what you kind of expect he's going to look like. Do you know what I mean? Like if you were on Hinge in Clapham, he's what you'd expect to get. He's like a carrot. Like, you're not going to get any surprises there. And also, like, sometimes with a carrot, like with Rory, you might think that on the outside he's not very emotional, but like on the inside he probably is, and like is someone that would like write love letters or like be really good with words. But like a bit like a carrot, when you peel a carrot, like it's the same carrot on the inside, it's still hard.
I completely disagree with this analogy.
There's no change. Like, you can peel a carrot and eat it.
I think when you peel a carrot,
it
tastes different. You often peel carrots, so you must be doing it for a reason.
Yeah, because of germs. That's why I peel a carrot.
So okay.
From a practical perspective.
So I'm covered in germs.
I just think, with a carrot, it's what you see, what you get. You have a bite, like a carrot, you would never look forward to it, but once you start eating it, you're kind of like, this is all right. If it's got something with it, like if it's got some hummus with it, you're like, this is quite nice. Like, same with Rory. If I've had a glass of wine, I'm like, this is really good. I should have this more often. But if I haven't got one, I'm a bit like, I can give or take it. It's always hanging around in the bottom as well of your fridge. There's always
how
a carrot
are you still
hanging
going
around.
with this? Come on.
That's also it. What else?
Well,
yeah,
no,
same vibe.
There's the phrase "the carrot or the stick," isn't there?
What's that
Where
mean?
you use a stick. So there's two ways of motivating people. You can either use a stick to scare them into action, or use a carrot to motivate them. Like, a carrot's the treat in that. So I'm the treat. I'm a carrot. So what have you learned during this episode?
I haven't learned anything during this episode.
All I've learned is that Holly's ratings are going down the pan after this episode. I think the way she's put herself across has not been particularly desirable to our listeners and viewers.
What, and you have?
Yeah, they would love me. I'm the Kingtern. I can't really do
but I
any
think this
wrong.
is what happens. Everyone's going to love you for a bit, and then it's all going to go
They
downhill.
get bored. They get bored of me, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Also, Rory's got trench foot, so I wouldn't love him that much.
Wait, no, sorry, just back to me.
Yeah.
So on the first ever
that was
episode,
about you.
On the first ever episode, I said to the listeners and viewers that I suspected they might, because everyone's coming to this to listen to you, they might want 90% you, 10% me. However, there were a lot of very kind comments came through saying 50-50.
Yeah.
I think what I should do is just another temperature check on that.
Okay.
So if people could please get in the comments and let me know whether you still want 50-50 or if you want it to go back more like 90-10, because I'm happy to not talk as much.
This is just for your ego.
Or I'm happy to talk more.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. All right then. So shall we sign off? Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah. Thanks again for all the lovely comments. If you can keep them coming, I would love it. Thank you.
And as we always say,
don't take our word for it. Nice. Bye.